Alrighty guys, how are we going today? It is me, your host, Dusky Skydiver, and boy oh boy have we got a very interesting video for you today. We have a full victory royale planned and it is going to be awesome. I'm going to be going to get the win and it is going to be a very fun game, and I cannot wait to explain the logic behind some of my moves and some of the plays that I use. So, let's go ahead and run straight on over to Haunted Hills. In my opinion, I really do like Haunted Hills, and it's one of the most overrated or underrated places that is on the map, in my opinion. There is pretty damn good loot, a lot of chests in a very small space that allows you to loot up quickly and move on to the next location of your choice. It has a pretty big location over at Pleasant Park. So if you want to go and get a ton of loot after going to Haunted Hills, you can just kill the last person there, be a little bit cheeky, kill the last person there, and get all of that loot for yourself. Now, we're going to use this loadout sort of like a shotgun and AR. So I'll be using the pistol like my AR, and the two shotguns for the shotgun slots as normal. And why I use it like this is because... So you've got the pump and the tactical shotgun for close range, and then you can use the pistol to dink and take out, well, not take out players, but you can butter the players up basically for later when you're taking them out at close range. And I find that strategy very useful, and I hope you guys use that a lot as well. Tell me if you guys like to do that, butter your players up before you actually fight them. Pretty much playing with your food right there. But tell me if you like doing that. And let's go ahead and open this chest up. We've got some mushrooms that we can use, but I can't wait to see what's in this chest. And oh, legendary scar right off the bat. We pretty much had the victory royale set and given to us. But let's go ahead, grab these mushrooms, and then head on into Haunted Hills and grab all of the loot we can find and go on and head for that victory royale, guys. That high, absolute amazing victory royale. There's nothing like the feeling of getting a victory royale, in my opinion. It is awesome. And tell me down below how many victory royales you're on, or if you have got a victory royale, or maybe you haven't. Tell me what is your best play or your best kill count in one game. And I hope you guys remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Now, guys, can you believe this? Another scar. This has to be a sign. Okay, we have a victory royale planned out for us this video, and we will get this victory royale this game. It is going to be amazing. Now there's another chest up top. Now you'll notice that I don't actually like going for the top part up here, and mainly because it's a little bit easier to get taken out, in my opinion, and remove yourself from that situation. But let's go ahead and grab whatever else loot we have. I know there's two chests that can spawn over in the far building. There's two that can spawn in this building, and there are another two in separate buildings, and one that is down in the far back building. That's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chests that can spawn within here. I know that there's 10 chests that can spawn at Junk Junction, and that is why I highly rate these places, and I think you guys should come here more often if you can. In my opinion, they are just such great places for getting loot and moving on. Now, generally you don't get all 10 chests, but you do get a lot of loot, and and the best part is not very many people like to go here, and that is why you get the loot. That's why it's a very good place to go to, because generally you can loot up quick, you don't get hit by the storm if you loot up quick, and just keeping an eye on different things. But let's go ahead and see what else we have here. As you can see, there wasn't a chest there, but there is one up here, up at the top. There should be, hopefully. Yes, there is. Two chests ready for the taking. Let's go ahead and grab these. There was a blue tack up there, some stickies, and then a green SMG, silenced SMG. And what else have we got? Nothing in there, nothing up there. You know, I've always been trying to check that corner over there, because one time over there I was in the middle of a normal game playing duos, and this random person, I was talking with him, and then he goes over there and he picks up a purple Famas, and this was at the time of the release of the FAMAS, and ever since then I've had an issue, and I have to check that corner every single time because I had to get that video done, and he wouldn't give me the FAMAS, but we got it done in a later game. Now, this is going to be awesome. Now, guys, I will have a video up later this week on all of the new things that are coming down, or going down for Season 5, the theories, and what is actually happening at the moment. Because if you haven't known already, there are a lot of portals popping up, and a lot of changes that are happening right now at the moment. And I can't wait to see the theories and different things behind that, and what people are thinking is going to happen for Season 5. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump on right on into this. Got Pleasant Park right here. We have got a little bit of loot. I think there was a little fight that went on down here. Go ahead and do cleanup crew right now, and hopefully maybe get some bandages or something to help us get in without taking too much health damage, because that is always very annoying. But hey, what can you do? Let's go ahead and run on through. There has been some fighting going on here. Actually, no. Maybe there hasn't. Maybe there was just people, or like 1 or 2 people that went round and looted the whole place. So lucky for them. But let's go ahead and move on, because I don't think there's too much to go on over here. I don't think there was any fight or any leftover loot. But we're pretty much close to the storm. And as I said before, see how quick it was to loot up and get on into the circle. Even though the circle was so far away. Generally, you don't have competition, so you don't have to fight anyone before you can loot up and then come over. You just loot up and then you literally just go on and take the victory royale. That's why I love Haunted Hills as a place to go to. And Junk Junction is pretty good, but Junk Junction is a little bit more difficult because it has a mountain placed right in front of you. And that takes you a little bit more time to run around, and it is at the very, very far corner of the map. And that's why I don't particularly like going there over Haunted Hills. But Haunted Hills and Junk Junction are very good for just looting up really quickly and moving on very fast to go take care of some kills, or, you know, go and take the victory, as you'll see later on in this game. Now, go ahead and see what else is up here. As you can see, I'm snaking to help mix up my position, make it more randomized, make it a little bit more RNG, I guess. And I guess that's all about the Fortnite games and all Battle Royale games in like as a series. Not as a series, but as a collective thing. You need to make everything as much as random as you can, I should say. So that it's harder for players to expect where you're coming from, or as it just makes it harder for players to actually kill you. But then you want good RNG on your own side, and you want to be as accurate as you can, so you can help bullet RNG and land your shots. Now, that is another thing, is I do tend to spray a lot in this game, and as I'm on console, it's a little bit harder to get those fine first point shot accuracy, first bullet accuracy with a console. But as you'll see, they are pretty useful, so you definitely should try and get those first bullet accuracy shots off before you actually engage a person. So don't just put your sights on him and start spraying him down unless he's close to you. I would generally say just hold on a minute, sit down, get your first bullet accuracy, and at least land one tag on him or her before you take out that shot. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to be quiet so I can just get up here. I prefer not to have too much engagement, but this guy has gone ahead and Houdini'd me. I have no idea where he is. And let's go ahead and see if we can find it. But hey, there we are. More YouTuber luck. A blue bolt-action sniper rifle. Now, this is at the time before the time of the nerf. So that bolt action does 150 damage. And we have a noob up here. Go ahead and take all his loot. Thank you very much. Go ahead and put these 2 half pots on. And let's see what we have. We're right on the edge of the circle, so we're still going to have to move in. We probably, if we built a 1x1 right on the other side of this tree, we would have made it in. But hey, you know, what is my luck? We'll just wait here and see if we can see anyone. Go ahead and destroy this tree. I mean, everyone's seen the 1x1 already by this point. So, go ahead and break that tree. And as it is a little bit of a beacon, but you know, if someone starts attacking me from here, I can try and take them out, and I have a much better position than they would have against me. Now, also, this is at the time before the edit glitch was removed, so you can no longer see through the walls, but in this video you can when you edit. And I'm a little disappointed that they took that away, but I do think that it is for the better of Fortnite, and better players will learn to get around that. Now, another strategy that you could use right now is to place a triangle at the bottom of the base instead of placing a ramp. And the reason why you would do that is so that you can destroy, sorry, not destroy, but you can look at different angles, and you can appear from different angles. So if I was to aim, if I had a triangle, I could lift 3 corners of the pyramid triangle up, and then that would allow me to face up from 2 different angles, and that is a very useful strategy. And you guys should definitely use that later on in your build. But at this point, I realize, you know, there isn't much point in staying here. But another thing that I think is a little bit annoying is that you have to jump out of your base to re-edit the triangle back up, the wall back up out of the triangle to the full wall. Now, we'll go ahead and we'll take that SMG over the double pump. I'm not too great with double pump, and I don't actually particularly like that strategy. And but you know, the tactical SMG is really just for, you know, buttering them up before they get to me, and then 1 pump, and then finish them with the tactical SMG. You know, that's how it should go, in my opinion. It's a pretty foolproof strategy, but you know, things happen, the RNG happens, and later on in this game we will see how that turns out for us. But let's go ahead and push on over here. I've spotted this big structure over here. We will see if we can actually take it down, because it's only held on by 2 or 3 pieces over here. So if we can take that down, then that's going to be pretty damn useful, and good for the late game, because there might be a person up there that I could just take out real quick, and that might make my day and life a lot easier. Take all their loot, leave, and that'd be pretty useful in my opinion. But hey, let's run over, let's see what's going on over there. I can't seem to get a very clear or good shot on the wood at this point, and I seem to be revealing myself a little bit much, standing in the open, firing one of the loudest guns in the game. In fact, no, firing the loudest gun in the game, and having no cover is a little bit crazy. But hey, let's just get closer, try and finish it with the AR, maybe get 1 shot on with the sniper. But you know, at this point the guy probably isn't in there, and that's a little bit sad. But hey, let's just keep moving up. We've got to move because of the circle as well, so might as well just finish this off, because we can see, well, everyone would know where I am at this point, and might as well just quickly finish it and move on, because if there is a guy up there and he hasn't already moved, which he hasn't, if there is a guy up there, might as well just take it down, because everyone knows where I am at this point. But that's always something you can just change up, because I mean, realistically, if you have a battle, how many people come to you after the battle? It's a pretty rare event, so people are just thinking, you know, there's a battle going on here, don't mess with them. Let's just sort of keep to our own, keep the most health for the late game, and that is a pretty useful strategy, pretty foolproof strategy in my opinion. And yeah, let's keep going, see what we can find. I've got to move in because the storm is coming in now. See if we can maybe get a shot on him. No, but he's just moved up. That's a little unfortunate, but I don't think he'll spot us. Now, I would have taken the low ground and got around this mountain, because that would have put a little bit of a barrier between me and him, because I'd be on the low ground, he wouldn't be able to see me, and I'd be able to relocate round into the circle and reposition a lot better. But I didn't have that choice this time, as the storm had moved in too quickly. But we'll go ahead and see if we can get a snipe on him. I think he's already spotted me, and he'll probably try and peek me right there. Yep, there we go. He's peeking me, and I don't want to deal with that too much. We'll just go up and rush him. Maybe. Actually, no, we'll go straight through the bottom here, and this is a pretty decent way. You don't have to build up to face him face on. If there's a player within these steps, we can take him out. We have that close quarter range weapon, and there isn't anyone out here, but I can see an LMG, and I want that LMG over the tactical SMG because it is a pressure weapon. At this point, we don't have a weapon to pressure people in this game. So if we get the LMG, we can unload and stop people and make them, force them into a box basically, or force them away from where we are, and that is a very useful strategy. But let's go ahead up on here, up onto this mountain, see if we can find somewhere that is a little closer. Now I think I saw a player up over there on that mountain, and that player behind me is going to be pretty damn close as well, and that makes it a little bit difficult to fight. But I know that there is a player inside of here, and if we can loot or kill this guy or just unload on this dude, then we can take him out real quick, get his loot, and move on. And I do know that we have another player coming up on us from behind, and I probably should have walled off from behind and around, but this is the only angle that we're fighting from at the moment. But let's go ahead and see what we can find. Now I put that up because I didn't want to get sniped at. I did notice that I was getting sniped at, but he unfortunately edited a window in there, and I took that advantage right there. Now there's another player coming up. I walled and he walled at the same time, so I'm going to go ahead and build a flat piece and then build a ramp up, and then wall off to the side, and then that has brought me back up to where he is. Now I placed those walls to stop him from doing that, but now he's in a box, and I'm going to go ahead and keep trying to block him in. Unfortunately I didn't. I made the mistake to try and build up, and I am now in a pretty damn bad position. So what I'm going to do now is basically heal up because I took some fall damage. I'm going to try and just wait it out. This guy, I don't think he knows where I am, but I know exactly where he is. Now I could have chose to just, you know, jump out and try and take him out, but at this point he boxes up right next to me. I don't think he realizes that I am this close to him and I could take him out instantly, or pretty damn quickly, as he's in a pretty bad position. But you'll notice I do make a very sketchy play, and we'll go ahead and try and edit it out because I know that there is a player behind me above. Sorry, no, she's in front of me at the moment, but she's moving up behind and above me, which is why I open up and block that piece off so she couldn't get an angle, and then quickly, absolutely quickly, try and shoot by and get out. Now I did make the mistake of grabbing the purple heavy and not the legendary heavy, but hey, you know, what can you do? This person is now trying to shoot me, but I'm going to keep boxing myself in. I'm then going to open it up through the top, go up, keep that high ground. Now as soon as I have the high ground here, I'm going to try and use that launch pad I just picked up. Launch pad right now. After we heal this person, and once we've killed this person, we can then use their chug jug, get back up to 100, and then we have the last player that is right below us. So we're going to go ahead and move straight into the circle, so they have circle pressure, and we basically have the advantage. But we have a little bit of loot that we can loot up right now, so we'll go ahead and do that right now, after we've had this chug jug, of course. But now we're 100. Take those med kits, take the heavy shotgun, and we'll get that better sniper. Make sure that we've got all the med kits that we need, and we'll use that launch pad to get in away from the player. Now the structure has already been built up, and I know that there isn't a player in here, so I'm going to go ahead, build right up on top of it, make my own platforms above, and I know that this player is the only one that I have to fight against, so I'm just going to wait for him to reveal himself, and then I'm just going to start pummeling him, applying a lot of pressure. So just shooting at with the SCAR, shooting at with the LMG once I get closer, and then finishing with a shotgun. Now, got a lucky little shot off there while he was in the air. Go ahead and apply pressure so you can get any peak shots right through, just deal damage, because at the moment he's got to get in from the circle, and at the moment he's actually going pretty far. He's not just holding his own ground, he's building up right now. Now what I could have done is blown out the bottom of his base, and that would have stopped him, but I just don't want him to heal up, and at the moment I've done 90-ish damage to him, so I know that his shield is really low. So at this point I'm just going to keep pressuring, keep trying to see if I can do any more damage, because I know that I'm going to have to come in anyway. So as soon as I can get closer, that's going to be the point that I switch to my LMG over my SCAR, and at that closer range it's going to be way more effective. Now, as you can see, I thought he was below, but he's actually further down. Go ahead and just use my LMG. Get rid of all of that wood. And then once we're into a little bit better of a position, we can just keep applying pressure, not letting him heal. Now, the storm is going to start coming in right now, but I have another launch pad, so I can do a little switcheroo basically on him and see what we can do. Now, he hasn't had a chance to heal up very much. He's probably really low. We just took a little bit more of his shield away, and we want to deal as much damage as we can in this time, so that when he does go, when I do have to move in, he can heal up, and that means that he won't be able to take shots at me while I move. But I'm going to go ahead and build right from where his little base, he put like this little held structure up. Now he's taken quite a lot of damage. I don't have any shields to heal up with. But he's blown me out. Go ahead and put that floor piece just to stop him from getting to me. Now we'll just wait here because we're in the circle, see where it pops to next, and it's on him again, so I know that I'm going to have to move to him again. And for some reason he stopped shooting, so I'm just going to take the advantage of that and whip around the side here so that I can then build right up on him, wall up, stop him from shooting me, and then go straight up on him. Now, see how he's placed that floor piece? I immediately jump right on top and goes to try and deal damage. I heard that launch pad go down, and then I fell down, unfortunately, but I'll go ahead and use my med kit, and he doesn't know where I am at the moment, so he's probably building up going, I've got the high ground, I'm all good. But we're in a pretty strategic position right now. I'm going to go ahead and load all my guns. He can't really work out where I am at the moment just from the loading of my gun. But then we'll edit out. And we have that power play weapon, the LMG. Now, what's really useful about that is once we get up, we can use the LMG to just destroy these weak points. I'm like, okay, there's little weak points that we can just use to destroy that. But he actually dies to full damage before we actually get to kill him. He falls off of where he was, unfortunately, and I think that was really funny. But we end up taking the win, we end up taking the W, and I cannot wait for you guys to see the next video on the portals and what is going on with Season 5, because it is going to be an awesome season. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, found it somewhat useful, and please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.